2009 was a new season where big changes were introduced by the FIA, the most notable of which was the introduction of KERS, also known as the Kinetic Energy Recovery System. The idea of KERS was to make Formula 1 more exciting by allowing overtaking to be more likely. The idea was that each car would be able to use the energy recovered from the brakes, something that we actually have in all hybrid cars today. That recovered energy could be essentially used as a mini boost to give them an advantage to overtake on certain points in any track. The previous season, Honda had announced it would no longer continue in F1, realising that F1 was an expensive distraction for them. Rather than simply leaving, they sold the team to the one and only Ross Brawn, a Formula Team principal of Ferrari and a man who knew his way around F1 better than most, having won numerous world titles and had Michael Schumacher as his greatest driver. He decided to go all in and buy the team, and because Honda was such an unattractive option, and with the new developments of KERS being seen as an expensive risk, he managed to buy the team for a whole great British pound. Nobody gave him a chance, and the team faced scepticism with little funding. They also had the most garish colours on the track, a white and hideously bright luminous green, similar to that often seen on high visibility jackets of men working on building sites or digging holes. However, despite the fact they'd spent £1 on the team and bought a team that was essentially a dog, it was surprising to see that at the start of the season they managed to do something that nobody expected they'd ever be able to do. See, the genius of Braun and the team around him meant that tackling the tough challenge of the technical changes was something he'd figured out, and ultimately many others would not until it was too late. The Brawn GP 001 featured a revolutionarily blown diffuser that would ultimately give them a major aerodynamic edge in early season. Then there were the drivers. Braun acquired the talents of Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello. Jenson Button was known as a bit of a British playboy and somebody who was seen to be a really nice guy, but probably not taken seriously as being a potential Formula 1 champion. Certainly no one gave him a chance in the high-vis Brawn GP. No one. Jenson Button somehow managed to win 6 out of the first 7 races, including Austria, Bahrain, Spain, Monaco, Turkey and Great Britain, and it positioned him as the driver leading the championship from the start of the season. This came as a complete shock to everybody. The reason that Brawn GP had been successful to this point after 7 races was the fact they'd managed to successfully navigate the technology and develop the KERS system to be both reliable but also effective, whereas many of the established legacy teams are still struggling to get their heads around this new technology, and reliability was key to this. In the middle of the season, Red Bull, who'd been their closest competitor, struck back with wins at Silverstone and the Nürburgring, and Button's form dipped with 5 successive races without a podium. Button's closest rival was Sebastian Vettel from Red Bull, who himself would go on to win 4 consecutive world championships. In the last race in Brazil, Jenson Button needed to finish 5th or better in Interlagos to win the Formula 1 World Championship for Brawn GP. Despite starting 14th, Button secured the title by finishing 5th, while his teammates Rubens Barrichello finished 8th. The result was enough to make him the champion with 1 race remaining in the season. The story was a modern fairy tale, a new team, complete underdogs, but somehow they managed to do it and also secure the Constructors' Championship in their first and only year. After the success of their first year, the team was acquired by Mercedes and Jenson Button moved on to McLaren. Everyone knows what happened after that once Mercedes managed to develop the car further, with Lewis Hamilton going on to win 7 world championships and Nico Rosberg winning 1 in between. But a lot of credit has to go to that incredible, probably unrepeatable year with Brawn GP. If you enjoyed this episode and want more recaps on F1 moments, like and subscribe for more to come, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.